Coming up, with a lot of people still deciding whether to come this year, we're going to dispel the myths and go over the new rules. We're also looking at beachfront holiday apartments, and later we're heading over to the film festival in Al Fazd LP. Hi everyone, Michelle Baker here. I've created these Benidormforever weekly videos to keep you in touch with our resort. This week we've got loads to get through, so let's get straight into it. But before we start, I just want to be absolutely clear, Benidorm is not in lockdown. This week we've seen a couple more hotels open, like the 4-star Benidorm Suites, and we were there on the first day as they welcomed their first guests. Everything's so clean and new, and interesting to see the subtle but important changes, like the welcome freebies that now include a face mask and hand sanitizer. We had a great day filming that day because Spanish television, intrigued by the way we are single-handedly keeping the Brits informed, followed us around the resort to see what we get up to. The Hotel Pelicanos is now open too, and we jumped out of the car to film a group of tourists as they stepped off the transfer bus. Every day there's more bars and restaurants reopening, like one of my favourites, the Golden Bull. This is in what I call Eat Street because it's full of restaurants and it's in between the old town and the new town. And at the Golden Bull they serve the most amazing steaks, which suits half of our family, but also the most amazing pizzas cooked in a real pizza oven, and that suits me. So there's something there for everyone. Benidorm is getting busier day by day, but just as things were getting better, some fake news has been flaring up. So here are the facts. Benidorm is not in lockdown or planning to go back into lockdown, nor are there any sharks on our beaches, but there have been a few changes this week. The first big change was the introduction last Friday of booking your space on the beach. A quick reminder for those who may not yet know, Benidorm's beaches have been segmented into 4-metre square pods, where up to 4 people can sunbathe in their own space, thus respecting the social distancing rules. Up until recently there was no need to book your space, but from last Friday you do, and you can book online using the app, or you can book in person at the kiosks on the beach the day before. You select the area you want to go and you book a space from one day to the next. You can't book them any further in advance. There are 2 sessions to choose from, either 9 AM until 3 PM or 3 PM until 9 PM, or you can book the whole day. When you get to the beach, you show your booking reference to the beach warden and he or she will show you to your space. So, going back to what you saw earlier in the video, the first day was horrendous as people didn't know what they had to do, they didn't know they had to book, and they were understandably disappointed to be turned away. But now the system is working much better. The only downside is having booked a space. If you choose not to turn up, the spot can't be given to anyone else, so please think before you book. But there's no need to pre-book sunbeds, and as you can see there are plenty to choose from, and if you just want to enjoy a swim or a stroll along the shoreline, that's fine too, no booking required. The other quite big change this week is it's now obligatory to wear a mask in public at all times, except when you're on the beach or by the pool or sat at a table eating or drinking in a bar or restaurant. But by now most people were wearing masks anyway because it really is all about being respectful and staying apart. Failing to do so could land you an on-the-spot fine of €100. So please wear your mask whenever you're out and about like we do and you won't have a problem. Children under 6 don't have to wear a mask, but some parents prefer that they do. Now we love your comments, and this week we've had a lot of inquiries for apartments. So I'm just going to show you 2 excellently located blocks. The first is called Carabella's and it's located just next to the Burger King right at the start of the Levante beach. This is a 1-bedroom which sleeps up to 4 people, but there's also 2 bedrooms which sleep up to 6 people. Every apartment is fully furnished with all the home comforts that you want, like UK TV, Wi-Fi, washing machine, microwave, and this block even has free parking if you're driving here. And best of all of them have a sea view, and what a view. Imagine waking up to that. Look at that beautiful Levante beach. Ideal for a mini break this summer because there's plenty of availability, or a long winter stay. The prices get better the longer you stay, but just to give you an idea, this apartment, which sleeps 4, in August will cost you just €86 per night. That's less than £20 per person. And if you want to come in winter, from November, it drops to €39 per night. That's around about £10 per person. All in all, a great location and great prices. But let's head along the beach a bit further to the Torre Iago block of apartments, right on the beach next door to the famous Tiki Beach Bar. These apartments are a bit bigger with 2 or 3 bedrooms, and in this case with a huge terrace too. All of them are furnished, the location is fabulous, and again, look at the spectacular view. Right across the Levante beach and beyond. And for this reason, these apartments cost a little bit more money, plus they're also bigger and they're literally on the beach. This apartment costs €138 per night in August, but if you'd rather wait for a winter break, the price drops to just €44 per night from November. If what you've seen has taken your fancy, if you go to the website, you'll find all the dates and information available there. And if you tell them you've seen the apartments on Benidorm Forever, you get an extra 5% discount. So what are you waiting for? Get it booked. If you prefer to stay in a hotel but are worried about the hygiene, then you want to see all the precautions they've taken in the Hotel Presidente. Of all of the hotels in Benidorm, the Presidente is my personal favourite, and now even more so. To keep you safe, they've combined state-of-the-art technology, like the camera that controls your temperature upon entry and the monitors that keep track of the numbers in every part of the hotel, with simple but effective measures like the disinfectant-impregnated mat and floor markings to keep you apart. The sunbeds are disinfected between each use round the pool, for example, and changes in their dining room go above and beyond. Much of the food is displayed in individual covered portions, and the buffet is now served to you from behind a protective screen. No more sharing of serving spoons. Cutlery goes through an ultraviolet sterilisation process after every use and is sealed in a bag, and there are even gloves at your disposal for handling the ice cream machine. They really have got it bang on. Super chic and stylish, the Presidente is close to the beach, and if you like what you see, and quote Benidorm Forever when booking direct, again you'll get a 5% discount off the price of your stay. All in all, if you can brave the plane, and we know that's worrying a lot of you, rest assured Benidorm when you get here is a very safe place for your summer holiday. But don't take my word for it, let's hear from a holidaymaker in her own words. We ask you, you've just arrived in Benidorm, correct?
Yes.
2 days ago.
Yes.
Yeah? Can you tell us, how was your experience on the flight?
Fine, the flight was full, we came with EasyJet, there was no issues.
Was everybody wearing a mask?
Yes. Yes.
Did you have to wear a mask in the UK airport?
Yes, especially in the airport you had to abide by the rules.
And what would you say to other people wondering whether they should come or not this summer?
Just come. There's lots of people entering Benidorm. We come every year.
Do you feel safe here?
Yes, we definitely feel safe.
And is it warm enough?
Yeah, lovely. A bit hot for me, but it's nice, yes.
And now, as promised, we're going to head over to the neighbouring town of Alfaz del Pi, where this week they've been celebrating their 32nd annual film festival. Alfaz del Pi is located just behind Benidorm, and its coastal area of Albia, which we've featured in previous videos, is also part of Alfaz. So it's a bit confusing, but in other words, if you live in Albia, you actually are a resident of Alfaz del Pi. The name means Alfaz of the pine because there is a pine tree in the church square that has played witness to all the special occasions for centuries. Weddings, funerals, holy communions, fiestas, they all take place under El Pi. But this isn't the original pine. There have been several, as typically a pine tree only lasts around 70 years. In fact, the one you see here was planted just last year after the previous one died suddenly. Essentially a residential town, many of the inhabitants work in Benidorm, but we do have one hotel, the lovely Hotel Molly, just behind the church. And the town centre comes alive at night as the road is blocked off and the roadside cafes spread out their tables for the locals to dine al fresco until the early hours. Alfaz is a town very close to my heart because this is where I live, this is where I've grown up. And a highlight of the summer here in Alfaz is our film festival, now in its 32nd year. The week-long event celebrates the Spanish world of show business and was brought to fruition by Juan Luis Iborra, who was born and raised in Alfaz and is today one of Spain's most famous scriptwriters. Famous names from Spanish TV and film grace the red carpet at the opening gala and are bestowed with the prestigious Silver Lighthouse Award. Then throughout the week the public can enjoy films at the cinema in Alfaz and also under the stars on the beach in Albia, and this is the reason why the beach road is called El Paseo de las Estrellas, the Walk of the Stars, and embedded with the names of the Spanish stars throughout the ages. This year's event has been somewhat subdued compared to other years for obvious reasons, but watching a film on the giant screen on the beach at night in Albia with the waves crashing in the background is a unique experience and just one of the many that makes life in Spain so magical. Next week we'll be popping into two of the resort's best known hotels, the Riador and the Rio Park, due to open any day now, and then we'll be cooling off at the water park Aquanatura. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Please share it with anyone who likes Benidorm and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us continue. All of the links of the places we've featured are in the descriptions below, and remember, if you book the Hotel Presidente or the apartments we featured, you get a 5% discount for booking direct and mentioning Benidorm Forever.